Nation adopting Bitcoin. Obviously, Javier Milei has won. I've got an inappropriate video to show you. I am buying time, so I don't show it straight away. We will get into that very, very shortly. Couple of things to cover that are going on. Obviously, this is all over Twitter. This is all over the mainstream news. Absolutely everywhere. I have tried to pick out both sides of the argument for this. We'll just race through it really quickly. Probably have already gone through, spent hours looking at tweets. I've pulled out about 4. So observing, and one's very, very inappropriate. So observing some highly regarded takes from Bitcoiners who seem to have a limited grasp of Argentina's complexities. Milei's victory isn't just political, it's about a narrative of freedom, open commerce, and defending private property winning today. So a very short thread, there's 2 comments. I don't think these Bitcoiners really understand how deep Argentina's cultural challenges run. This election is a massive first step in shifting mindset, a fight for liberty that Milei has championed for years. His win is a clear signal that his ideas resonate wildly. Yes, Milei is a politician. Yes, the nature of politics means not all promises can be kept. Of course, the system demands compromises, but labelling him not ANCAP enough or a static cuck comes from a place of detachment. Keyboard warriors unironically believe this. Austin, good night. Sweet dreams, mate. So, Luke Mikic posted a couple of videos. This is a really good one. He was there in town when this was happening. Pretty incredible. Javier Milei fans are ripping up Argentine pesos and using them as confetti in celebration. We'll play this for everyone. We're 2 slides away from a very inappropriate video. Stay tuned, but we will play this. This is live in the streets there, so thanks very much, Luke, for being there.
They're ripping pesos up and throwing it in the air.
Everybody is so excited, hey? Really, really cool to see. Austin, good to have you sticking around for the video. This is the video that's inappropriate. You'll love it, or you may hate it. Some will love it, some will hate it. Let's mix it up a little bit. Lawrence Lepard, Fix the Money, Fix the World. Obviously, follow Luke Mikic. Absolutely incredible. Great YouTube channel as well. Did a video. He's talking about an extraordinary, like a $64 billion Bitcoin or something. Little bit of, it's interesting. His thesis works out, the math works out, but the time frame potentially not. Anyway, Yellen making considerable progress in bringing inflation down, CNBC. Block height, we are at 817,695.69, 4 days in a row while we have been live, 5:51 a.m. Bitcoin, USD per BTC, 37,647. Sats per dollar, 2,656. One thing that I noticed as well, next halving, so only 22,305 blocks to go. Nearly 90% of the way there, estimated April 24. Blocks, obviously more miners have come online, 9 minutes and 39 seconds. So, I don't know, some people like it, some people hate it, but this is the president of El Salvador. And if you can do us a favor quickly, just smash the like button, get this video out. Maybe it'll get taken down, but I thought this was pretty funny and a bit of fun anyway. It's got music. I don't know if it's copyright material or not. It just closes the video down. So this is the guy that just got elected. People really are looking for change, a whole lot of fun. So he's learning the moves. This is crazy. National television. Absolutely amazing. Incredible. So what a change, hey, in the status quo. He's like, no, I'm not letting go here. Anyway, I reposted that for whoever is interested. Anyway, the US government seeks over $4 billion from Binance. I've brought this up not because I like Binance, but because you shouldn't be using it. You should get the F away from it. Probably just a matter of time until it collapses. Some people aren't going to like that. It is what it is. I'd get off. If you've got any money on exchanges, please get it off. Javier Milei, he's just so excited. An excitable guy. Anyway, that's the last post of him. Sorry, one more, maybe two more. If Milei follows through and supports Bitcoin adoption, then this could be a landmark moment. To put things in perspective, Argentina ranked by GDP number 23, El Salvador is 101. It could set off a domino effect of nation-state adoption that will make the IMF shook. In regards to that, he's busy, man. He's going to take a long time. But if that happens, absolutely a landmark moment. I reckon it's probably just a matter of time, but he's got some work to do as well. People are annoyed that he is going to dollarize Argentina. Remember, El Salvador is already dollarized. Bitcoin is 3 orders of magnitude from full monetization. It will be years before it has acceptable liquidity to be the sole currency of a nation state. Argentina's GDP is more than half of Bitcoin's entire market cap. Doesn't mean Milei can't adopt pro-Bitcoin policies and or hold Bitcoin reserves. It's probably more likely, but give him a little bit of time before that happens. He has said nothing that isn't consistent with being very pro-Bitcoin. All right, so the market cap, 1.48 trillion. It is nearing that 1.5 trillion. I just want to see that number up 1.7% in the last 24 hours. Good morning, good evening, good night, good day to everyone there in the chat. Austin, Mr. Android, MW, Skins, good morning. Hey, g'day, Sean. Good night. Not leaving, just saying hello. Love it. This price, I haven't updated it yet, but I just love how I woke up and is 555. Nice even numbers. 37,555. We will hit refresh and see what comes up. Look, it is just going up and up because Bitcoin goes up and to the right absolutely forever. Long term, yeah. Obviously not financial advice. I'm sure if you're here now, you understand that. Slow and steady wins a race, but Bitcoin's going to have $10,000, $20,000 candles, both in the up direction and the down direction. And then it'll get boring as for a little while, and then just bang, it just will absolutely skyrocket. So it is what it is. It's Bitcoin. Bitcoin compared to everything else will always dominate because the rest is crap. Yeah, that's the way Bitcoin should be. Just a monster. Absolute monster. Javier Milei wins Argentine presidency. Bitcoin gains nearly 3%. I haven't got much here. I know everyone's probably heard a lot about this, but it's important. It is a landmark moment globally, especially if he does come out and he adopts Bitcoin, he makes it legal tender, still keeps the US dollar, that's fine. But if he goes and adds Bitcoin to the treasury, makes it legal tender, just allows people to use it, doesn't care about it, it's all good. Also, I'm going to keep bringing it up. Bitcoin Evangelism, great book. I just want to read something really quickly. I'll jump into the comments. If you've got any questions, jump in there. So, central banks extend wars. Obviously, Milei wants to get rid of the central bank. They turn limited war into total war. Conflicts used to end when a country ran out of financial resources, but by having no restrictions on the printing of currency, central banks enable countries to fight their resources and therefore extend the bloodshed and catastrophe. It's not saying that on a Bitcoin standard, this is the book, Bitcoin Evangelism, but on a Bitcoin standard, war's not going to stop. They're just not going to last as long. They're not going to be as brutal there. Mr. Android, Umbral, is the best place to go, in my opinion. Anyway, I'll bring this back up and I'll... there is a great comment in there by Outlaw, so I'll read that in a sec for everyone. There's 3 things I highlighted here. Oh, come on. Ads. Nobody likes them. Unless they're in regards to Bitcoin. Here's another one for you. This is a great book. We have to understand that the central bank is a scam, said Malay earlier this year when asked about Bitcoin. What Bitcoin is representing, he continued, is the return of money to its original creator, the private sector. Malay, to this point, however, has not gone as far as proposing making Bitcoin legal tender. He's instead calling to eliminate the country's central bank and dollarise an Argentine economy that's been walloped by inflation that has reached 142% in October. Absolutely crazy. Argentine election, what Bitcoin is getting wrong. The victory of Javier Milei in Argentina general election is good news, but not in the way many crypto enthusiasts seem to think. Real short here. Profound change is needed in Argentina, and I'm eager to see the results the radical economic experimentation Milei, an outspoken libertarian economist, has been promising. But three key things need to be kept in mind. Malay is not as pro-freedom as many assume. A lot of Argentines are going to have to endure significant economic hardship, even more than they currently do, as Malay slashes government spending through reducing benefits and subsidies. This is tragically necessary. Let's not gloat over what will be painful for millions of people. A lot of hardship coming up for people. This needs to happen everywhere around the world, in my opinion. Obviously, most Bitcoiners are calling for the collapse of fiat, and this very much relates to Outlaw's comment in the live chat there this morning, which I'll read it now. It's horrible that I'm wishing the feds will start printing so my Bitcoin will go up. It is, because all the money is going to flow into the world's hardest asset. But obviously, like when I was in the States a couple of weeks ago, we did visit San Francisco just for a day. Our plane got delayed and we ended up spending about 12 hours in San Fran. We went into the main town, like into the heart of the city, and it was tragic. You could see what happens when a currency is debased. The amounts of homelessness, drug addiction. It was sad, absolutely sad to see. Obviously, they cleaned it all up, but for the Chinese president or dictator, but that didn't fix the problem. They just pushed it out of sight, out of mind. To fix the root cause, we need to fix the money, but to pull that Band-Aid off is going to be painful for millions and millions of people. Obviously, the United States has a lot more people than nearly every country in the world. But every other country pretty much relies on US dollars as well. So when that Band-Aid gets pulled off, it's going to be very hard for everyone that's not in a Bitcoin standard at the end of the day. And this is what I go back and forth with all the time. I tell people about Bitcoin. When they ask what I do, I tell them I talk about Bitcoin. And then most people still think it's a scam. They've been so misled there, which is unfortunate, and the mainstream narrative will shift. The price is just going to be higher when that happens. But in regards to that, tell them about it. They think it's a scam. I talk about inflation. They get a little bit, and if they're open, I'll give them a book and read. Most people aren't. I'll still try to give them a book, direct them to one of the podcasts, one with Peter Dunworth. I'll find which podcast that I've done for the right people. Some people like Foss, other people, Natalie Brunel, Haley Lennon. It just depends who it is. Young person Luke Mikic, that's a fun podcast there. $64 million Bitcoin price target he's talking about. All that happens. And then if they don't ask me about it again, I don't say anymore. I've stopped pushing them for it. But I feel so sad. The worst is when people just say, no, I'm not interested, and they have no idea what they're talking about. How do you deal? How do you deal with that? When someone says, no, it's a scam, I'm not interested. I just say, first, read the book. Otherwise, you're going to eat the bugs. Or I say, you need to read the book. Understand what you're saying no to instead of being ignorant. And I get a little bit feisty with them. Still pretty chilled. Usually I'm pretty calm and collected. But I just want them to understand what they're saying no to. Bitcoin is the revolution. Self-custody, as Nico Moran states, is the revolution. Somebody asked me yesterday, we'll jump into a couple more things shortly, what this was. I kept saying it's $6, about $6 US. I think the cheapest I could find was 2 for $22 on Amazon. That's a cold steel plate. Otherwise, Seedor is a Rolls Royce. of seed storage on steel. Whatever you do, just get it on steel or off paper. Something that's fire resistant, crush proof, earthquake proof, and then wherever you can mount that. Anyway, you wrap it in a cloth with oil, put it in concrete. Anyway, there's so many things you can do. Just get it off paper. Anyway, Bitcoin is unlikely to be part, and I will get to the comments through very shortly. Bitcoin is unlikely to be part of his political platform, at least not for the next few years. He has plenty of other things on his plate to worry about, not least the upcoming currency chaos and the whopping debt with the IMF. Debt with the IMF. Insane. I wonder if it says how much it was. It's a huge, huge amount. And it'd be quite interesting if they just choose not to pay it. They're just like, no. Have you read the book Confessions of an Economic Hitman? That is a great book, and it talks about how insidious the IMF is. People saying that I need to talk a little bit. Diesel Kane, you're here, you're early. Everyone here now is early. Regardless if you're late to the stream, you're early to Bitcoin. It's the best thing. All you can do, mate, is drop us a like, be greatly appreciated. Anyway, I'm trolling. Confessions of an Economic Hitman is a good book to understand what is happening with the IMF, how insidious they are, how they entrap, enslave, and debt nations, people. And it's not just third world countries. It's everywhere around the world. If you're working for dirty fiat, and everyone, we still need to go into dirty fiat to be able to pay things. You can use things like Bitrefill or whatever it is that you want to do, peer-to-peer marketplaces, transact in Bitcoin as much as possible. But most people are still going to touch dirty fiat. And unfortunately, at the moment, there is no getting away from it. That's going to change over time. I think sound money will always win, but they're going to go kicking and screaming. And it'll be interesting to see what happens. This was like ages and ages ago, but obviously Ripple paid Greenpeace to do a smear campaign against Bitcoin, how bad it was for the environment. All that was debunked. They paid like $5 million. So that happened, but was it the World Economic Forum or I'm pretty sure it was the WEF, ended up putting out a video. I'll try find in the next couple of days. They put out a video saying how good data centers were for the environment, and they showed a Bitcoin mining company with data centers. So their narrative is slowly shifting. And the comments that I made at the time, where they can't blatantly say they're now for Bitcoin, they need to slowly put out the propaganda. That's how it works. They need to seed the mine. They can't look just to change their tune like that. Otherwise, everyone will dismiss them. But if they can slowly change their tune, seed the consciousness. So I'm not sure why they put that out, but there's a reason behind it. There's an agenda behind it. So if anyone can pull the threads a little bit more and find out why they are turning pro data centers. They didn't call it a Bitcoin mining operation, but the company they interviewed was a Bitcoin mining operation. And I believe it was the World Economic Forum. They can contact whoever they want in the world. So why did they choose a Bitcoin company? It's interesting, super interesting. So I'll get into the comments in 2 seconds here. And I would like to know what their debt was. Here we go. Plus, Malal can afford to annoy the IMF, which really does not like the idea of Bitcoin at all. Last year, the Argentine Senate accepted a $45 billion IMF loan that came with the condition of discouraging cryptocurrency use. Lucky for us, Bitcoin is not crypto, hey? And if you still believe crypto has any value, totally delusional, it's garbage. I know that's going to piss off 1 or 2 people that watch this video. Bitcoin's the revolution. The rest is a gamble. It's your money, your choice. Do whatever you want. Maybe you make gains there, maybe you don't. Just don't get confused. Bitcoin's the only thing that has any substantial value. No nations are talking about accepting Ethereum, XRP. XRP, now that's the con. So is ETH, but XRP, man, any XRP holder is totally deluded if you listen to what they have to say. It's hilarious, makes for a great conversation. Let us know if you're an XRP holder, hey? And why you like it. I love it. I love the delusion that comes out of people. I will smashed and humiliated the like. If everyone can humiliate the like button, that's awesome. I've never heard that before. Anyway, $45 billion, condition and discouraging cryptocurrency use. How interesting, hey? I wonder if he's like, nah, I'll just do what I want. I don't know. He's a pretty wild guy. Like, obviously, we brought up that video at the start. For him to be doing this, I don't know if he really cares what the IMF thinks of him. We'll see. IMF has since recognized that attempting to ban Bitcoin would be impractical, but it's not a fan. This is not the win for Bitcoin and the freedom that many think it is. Malay is possibly radical enough to tell the IMF to go stuff it, but if he is planning on dumping the only other sizable international lender, China, that would be close to economic suicide. Be really, really interesting. Fantastic comment in regards to XRP. If you've got any more comments, I'll get to them in 2 seconds. It's 6:09 a.m. this morning. Another 69. There we go for everyone. It's the number of the channel. 609, the sign of infinity, and everyone loves a little bit of fun. The crudest thing that I've heard, and everyone's adults here, and I'll stay away from the bad jokes. This is a really bad one. 69 dinner for two. Anyway, Binance in talks to pay more than $4 billion to end the US criminal case. I bring this up again just to warn everyone. Doesn't it look like SBF? In a way, I don't know. Binance, I don't know, it's just going to come out, isn't it, that they are scamming people, and they have been scamming people, and they've probably been selling Bitcoin. So if you've got any money on Binance, sure, use them. Very clean interface, that's cool. Just put it in cold storage. Easy as. Cold storage, Binance cold storage. Preferably don't use Binance. Use a Bitcoin-only exchange. I use Amber. That's linked below. Whatever it is, one in the US, Bitcoin only. If you're convinced to use Binance for whatever reason, get into cold storage. And anyone, even a Bitcoin-only exchange, please get it off the exchanges. Couple of comments here that I'll get through. Good night. Let's find out where we're up to. It's horrible. I did read out Outlaw's comment before. It's horrible that I'm wishing the feds will start printing so my Bitcoin will go up. Yesterday we were talking about it. There is trillions of dollars coming for Bitcoin. They are going to hit the money printer next year, in my opinion. Presidential election coming up. Does it happen before 2024 in the last 2 months? I very much doubt it of the year. Well, we've got like 5 weeks, hey? I doubt that's going to happen, but we're going to get the Bitcoin ETF before January 10th, the halving April 24. The money printing will start ramping up. It's going to be an insane time. Hold on, and please be prepared for $10,000, $20,000 moves or more, both ways. The red days, what I do, me personally, is the red days I just buy. And the reason why I do that is so I'm comfortable when we have those huge dips, because they come, and that's cool. And I stack sats, and then I just enjoy the green days. That's my approach. I've already got my main stack, but I just do that psychologically. So when I look at the price, and the only time I really look at the price is when I live stream, but once a day I check it out. When I look at the price, it doesn't freak me out. So let us know what your strategy is for this coming bull run, because it's going to be hectic. Truly, absolutely wild. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be very scary. On those days when it dips, people are going to say Bitcoin's dead. It's all over now. 100, I'm liquidating my stocks and putting it in Bitcoin while I can. TikTok next block time is ticking, but bloody great strategy, in my opinion. Obviously, not financial advice. I still need to make this study Bitcoin logo. What do you use to run your node? Umbral. What's your thoughts on Samurai Wallet? Have not tried it there, to be honest. I'm liquidating my stocks and putting it into Bitcoin while I can. Viva. President Malay, Viva Bitcoin, a new Bitcoin nation is born 100%. Most people take quite a while to get it. I know I did, me too. I heard about Bitcoin when it was like $95, $94. Actually, Australian, very clearly remember $96, and I didn't start buying until it was $20,000. So yeah, you get it at the price you deserve. Unfortunately, it sucks. You know, we all wish we bought Bitcoin earlier, but that's why it's so important to be able to understand now, because if people procrastinate, like probably most of us did from the first time we heard it, probably need 3 or 4 touch points to be able to get Bitcoin or to realize that it's not going away. And then you want to go as hard as possible. That's why I jump on here every day, keep everyone informed with the fast facts, hit the like button, hit subscribe if we vibe. Because I want people to get it, because the price is going to keep going up and I don't want them to make the mistake that I did. I heard about it and then I waited until it was like 200 times more expensive. If that math works out. I'm late, you're early, we're all early. Long term, it's only been out for 15 years. Yes, it's been the best performing asset in world history, but we're here now. Once the ETF happens, obviously, hopefully you've seen that chart with the ETF of gold and it just went up for like 8 straight years. Pretty interesting. Oh, concrete. I never thought of that. One could stamp it in aluminium and encase in cement. Thanks for the idea. Just be careful with aluminium. What's it called when it gets all those like pox on it? Yeah, so just like make sure you do wrap it in something so it doesn't oxidize. Oxidization. You don't want it to oxidize. Stainless steel is a little bit better than aluminium. Living here on the coast, you know, we're 600 meters from the beach. Stainless steel still rusts. It's crazy. So the higher the grade of stainless steel, the better it is. But it's just be careful and maybe have a 2 out of 3 multi-sig setup if you are going to do that. It's probably the best way, in my opinion. Anyway, yeah, let us know some other ideas. Don't tell us your idea of what you do. I always got in trouble for using the word use talking about people, so I will not. My apologies. I take it back. Smash and humiliate the like. If everyone can, that'd be great. Move my 401k of 10 years into a traditional IRA last year. Bitcoin crashed down. I was skeptical to buy, but I did. Best thing I ever did. Thanks for your content. Outlaw, what a goat. Same thing happened with me, actually, which is fantastic. And the best story that I ever heard, and John Kidwell in the comments of most videos, mate, my heart goes out to you. His dog got into an accident with the coyote, and it sounds like the coyote tore its leg off. He had been stacking and buying Bitcoin. He used the Bitcoin to pay for the vet bills. Because of how much Bitcoin's gone up, say, in the last month, 5 weeks, it cost him about 40, 50% less than what it would have in dirty fiat. That's the power of Bitcoin. That's what Bitcoin's for. Obviously, you want to stack and hold it as much as possible. But if you need to use it for emergencies like that, how great is it that it's there? The world's hardest savings technology. XRP gateway to CBDCs. Boo that. Absolute trash. I agree with you. 100 sadly takes all kinds to make up a world. We can't save everyone. No. Sold all my poo coins on the weekend. Gambling coins. 100% they are. And if you're partaking, just understand that's what they are. They're all a gamble. Are you close or have you reached your sat stack for the year? Oh yeah, I far exceeded it, but you can never have enough Bitcoin, hey? Like, I don't know. In life, I try be pretty chill with things, but I'm pretty greedy for Bitcoin. Don't buy poo coins, just play poker. It's more fun. You can lose your money just as fast. I use HODL. I moved 401k, 15 years to a traditional IRA, dipped. There we go. Sean, how often do you withdraw into cold storage? As soon as I buy, pretty much. Maybe I leave a little bit on the exchange, but very, 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 very little. First bought Bitcoin 2012, sold after the first crash down from $1,100. Ouch. 33 capital gains tax, just told them, just tell them you sold. Trying to trade it will lead to psychological turmoil, 100%. Correct me, somebody, if I'm wrong. In Australia, if you sell your coins within the year of buying, it's 15% tax. After diesel in Australia, it's capital gains tax, so it's the same as property. If you hold it for after a year, you only pay tax on 50% of the gains at your nominal tax rate. And obviously not financial advice, I'm just saying how it's been for me, and I live in Australia. If you sell in the year, so you buy it and say you sell it 9 months later, you're paying whatever your nominal tax bracket is, say 47%, on 100% of the profit. So if you make $100,000, you're left, say, with $53,000. Whereas if you make $100,000 profit, you sell it, and I'm not sure why we'd be selling the world's hardest asset, but say we did, and you hold it for more than a year, well, 50% off 100,000 is 50,000, then you're paying your nominal tax bracket. 47,000, I'm going to be cheeky, rounded up, 50%, so you only pay $25,000 tax, you're walking away with 75 instead of 53% tax. And do you use tax calculator app? Also, Coinly is pretty good. You can attach your wallets through that. That's what I've used most of the time. To be honest, I don't know the exact figures. I just wanted to sell them for the poo coins. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure. Obviously, one quick reminder, stay away from Binance, get your keys off the exchange. Have a very beautiful day. Hit subscribe if we vibe. We'll see you on the next video. Be blessed. Peace.